4 key principles to effective planning. So the first one is one we've already talked about today, which is you've got to write it down. And if it's not written down, it doesn't exist. There's no such thing as having a plan in your head. Right? If you've just got a plan in your head, it's not really a plan, it's just ideas. Right? You have ideas that might one day constitute a plan. But until you actually write them down, either on a piece of paper or in a spreadsheet or on a whiteboard or something where it's out of your head and written down so it can be shared with other people, then you don't have a plan. And there's a couple things, 2 big things that writing a plan down helps do. The first thing is it makes it more real to you. And it makes, takes just, when you think of something in your head, it's easy to skip over some of the more important details or some of the things that might not work out as well as you think. But when you start to put all those details down on paper and chronologically, list them, we've got to do this, 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 and this, then something starts to become real for you. And then maybe the event that you had in mind, you start to realize, wow, that's might be a little bit overly ambitious. Maybe we should scale down or try to do this differently. Or maybe, this is going to be too easy. We should try to do a lot more with it. But it makes nobody can think about every one of those little details that executing something as big as a campaign or even just a well-run event has to do. But when you write them down, it becomes real. And then you see all those little pieces, see where they fit together. So that's one reason why you need to write things down. But a second, and I think more important reason, is so that you can share your plan with other people. If only one person has the plan and that plan is only in that person's head, that person's essentially the dictator, right? Because nobody knows what else to do until they go to them and say, hey, what are we supposed to do next? And that just breeds dependency, and it makes it so that you're not developing any real leadership on the campaign. I'll talk more about this tomorrow when I talk about developing volunteers into leaders. But one of the things, for campaigns where it's always that one person that everybody has to go through them, well, pretty soon they're the ones doing everything, and pretty soon they're complaining that how come I'm always the one doing everything. If you've got a plan that's written down, it allows you to share it with other people, and allows other people to offer their feedback and say, this is a good plan. You might do this differently, or maybe I'd make these suggestions to you. And then as they do that, they start investing in the plan. The plan becomes their plan. And then our plan, and then we're all literally working, on the same page. So being able to share the plan with other people is critical for a number of ways. It allows you to develop leaders. It allows people to take on just one piece of that plan as their own, and say, I'm going to be in charge of this part of the campaign or this part of the plan for the week or this aspect of organizing this event, and really allows them to take on more responsibility and authority. So they can grow and develop into an actual leader on the campaign that you can give greater responsibilities to later on. But it also lets everyone know what everyone else is doing. It makes sure everyone's clear of what the ultimate goals and objectives are. And it just buys people in to what the campaign's trying to get done.